And ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday once again here in the G3 Podcast, 20th of October 2023, episode 98 of the G3 Podcast. And as we all know, as the new normal takes hold in the Philippines, a vibrant wave of conventions, expos, and pop-up events is sweeping across different locales, particularly on weekends. And for this weekend specifically, it is jam packed with pop culture goodness, with not just one, not just two, nor three, but five events happening at the same time. In tonight's episode, we cast a spotlight on the exciting world of pop culture gatherings and with our special guest who's here to give us an exclusive peek into October and all the thrilling experiences it promises. So, without further ado, let's kick off this episode of the G3 podcast, celebrating the fantastic world of pop culture and the conventions that bring it to life.
Welcome to the G3 podcast. We're going to be talking about everything geeky and nerdy in between comic books, toys, video games, movies, you name it, we got it.
You're tuned in to the loudest, craziest, and most excited bunch of geeks and nerds on this side of the planet. You're about to dive into everything nerdy and geeky in between.
This
is the G3 Podcast. Gamers, geeks, and good times.
Hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Once again, it's Friday here at the G3 Podcast, and madami-rami kami ngayon. And of course, ayan, General Tuna here at the helm, along with Captain Mike. We got Trickster, we got Palitz, and of course, we got Sir Jumel Chua as our host for this episode. Friday na naman ulit, parang kailan lang, parang kailan lang, nag-episode din tayo ng na-isikay eh. Friday ulit. Pero guys, kamusta? How's your week so far? Simulan natin dito kay Mike.
Ako, it was a very heavy week for me. Pero obviously, show must go on. Kaya nandito tayo ngayon sa podcast.
Trickster, how's your week?
My body suddenly started aching, so that's fun. However, Tekken 8 beta started today, so that's a thing as well. So it's a bit of a mixed bag.
Okay. Palitz, how about you?
Pagkadating, nilagnat ako galing sa biyahe.
Yun lang.
Ngayon ng konti, tapos back to work. So, actually, kasama ko si Jomel Chua madalas in the recent week dahil inaasikaso namin yung Sandbox Swap Meet 4. So, guys, abangan nyo December 2 and 3 sa lahat ng mga tropa sa UAE. So, isang masayang meetup na naman ng mga community members.
Yun. And of course, before natin tanongin yung ating guest kung kamusta yung week niya, yours truly, pretty happy kasi my wife is back from operation. Thank God, nandito na siya ulit. And hindi na ako malungkot.
Hindi na magsasarili.
Ayan, kaway-kaway. Ayan, nandiyan siya. So, she'll be there tomorrow sa event. Ayan. So, Sir Jumel, kamusta yung week natin?
Yung kamay ni Jazz.
Grabe naman yung gumaspag yung kamay. Hindi gumaspag.
Okay.
Ayan. So, Sir Jumel, I know you've been busy, but walk us through how your week went.
Nako, ako, unang masasabi ko siguro, safe ako ngayong linggo, wala akong nabiling laruan, no? Pangalawa,
Tino Budol.
pangalawa, ayan, kagaya nga sabi ni Palits, no? Magkasama kami, no? Kumakayod ng ano, para makadagdag ng pambili ng aming mga collectibles at addiction sa ano, no? Sa aming passion. Ayun.
Matanong ko lang, eto, kasi si Palits, lagi niya piniflex yung background niya ng mga laruan eh. So,
Hindi niyo
kumpara
pa
pa kay
nakikita
Palits,
Plain.
yung sayo ba ilang percent yung sayo kumpara kay Palits?
Nako, siguro ano, nasa 10% lang ako nung kay Palits.
Or baka baliktad. Yung kay Palits yung 10% nung sayo.
Malay mo.
Wala kayo sa akin. Grabe yung collection ni Jumel. Talagang, nung pag nakita mo yung bahay niya, ay ayaw lang niya ipakita kasi may mga bago makikita ng asawa niya tapos mapopost online. So, magkaka-resibo. Kaya ingat lang tayo.
So baka ito lang yung angle sa bahay niyo, sir, na walang laruan. Kasi pag minove namin ng konti yung camera pa right or left, may laruan na kami makikita. Ganun.
May cabinet agad.
Yung likod ng laptop niya. Yung likod ng laptop niya.
Yun ko na doon. Hindi, actually, nasa
Yung
kwarto ko
camera.
ngayon. Mostly ng mga collection ko na doon talaga sa salang side. No? Kaya,
Yan.
pero meron naman
bukas
dito.
to, baka
konti.
sa susunod, no, mapakita mo sa amin yung collection mo. Diba? Kasi sawa na kami na nakikita yung kay Palits eh. Lagi na lang piniplex si Palits yung kanya eh. So, sa
Actually,
bagong
dito sa kwarto ko, ang maraming mga makikita ninyo, puro mga undeclared na nasa kahon na nasa ilalim ng kusol saan.
Diba?
Ang may-ari.
Declared.
Yun.
Boys na mga tropa yan. Mabait kami ni Jules eh.
Ayan.
Okay.
Mga boys na tropa yan, tinatabilang namin. Mga kaibigan namin na bumibili, tapos sa amin pinapadeliver. Kaya nakatago. Kasi hindi namin
nakatago.
pwede display. Ganun lang.
Okay.
Mabait kami.
Ayan, okay. So, yeah. Given that we have two members here of the toy collecting community, it can shed light sa majority ng topic natin ngayon. But bakit nga ba ito yung topic natin? Why did we go to a event-centered topic rather than a toy-centered topic? It's because, number one, majority din ng topics ng G3 for the past couple of months or past few months are dedicated to toys. That's how serious we are when it comes to like the toy community, diba? And given that, like I said on my intro, this weekend alone, October 21 and 22, is the most jam-packed weekend for pop culture here in the Philippines.
Why?
Ayan. So again, we're just talking about pop culture conventions, cosplay, tech, gaming conventions lang. All right? And minsan nakakita tayo ng isa, dalawa na magkasabay, okay. Pero ito 5. All right? So, huge thanks pa din sa mga kasi for this year alone, we've been to ilang events na, Mike. Like, mabibilang mo ba kung ilang events na napuntahan natin this year?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, more 6, 7, mga 8 and 9 events na siguro to for this year. We were busy.
Like, at least one event per month. Kayo ba, Sir Jumel? Ayan, ilang events na ba yung nandyan? For sure, mas madami dyan sa inyo.
Actually, opposite of that, no? Nakakatawa nga kasi pinag-uusapan namin yan ni Palits before eh. Sabi namin na bakit dito walang masyadong events, no? Kaya we started that swap meet that we're doing. So nung nag-start kami, eto nakakatawa, no? Nung after 2 years, no, na ginagawa namin yung sandbox swap meet here in the UAE. Nagulat kami yung mga previous na mga communities at saka previous na mga nagagawa noon na stop, na wala talaga totally. Ngayon nagsusulputan na isa-isa after after us doing the sandbox swap meet. So parang medyo papunta na rin kami doon, pero so far sa ngayon medyo wala pa talaga.
Probably kasi dyan sa inyo, di ba, quality over quantity. Yes. Di ba? Kasi pag alam ko yung mga event dyan, like Dubai Comic Con, like huge. Di ba? Yung EMF,
Esports.
FCC, something.
MEFCC.
Diba? MEFCC. Ganun din, di ba? Malaking event din. Dito sa amin, madami-daming event, but some of them are actually like just pop-up events or small events, di ba? But still, di ba? They're events na like nag-boom right after the pandemic. But for now, we're gonna highlight these conventions na napuntahan namin. And of course, we have to thank a few people that we know in the industry for like ano ba tawag dito? Bringing us sa event mismo. And I think, Mike, why don't you start us off with with our first event na, I think isa sa mga malalaking events na pinuntahan natin.
Oh, so one of the biggest events that we had this year, is ToyCon. That is one of the biggest events na dito. Tapos we have yung dalawang events both in the same day in the same place, Manila Game Expo and then UnboxCon 2023. We have Conquest Cosplay Carnival and then FanFest. Naalala ko yun.
Yun din.
We did that
Oo. We did that separately.
Oo. And then we have although last year we had RetroCon. And IoTCon naman happened this year.
Right.
Tapos we have the RGCP 10th anniversary.
Right.
And then yung
10
Bacon,
years, huh?
which is for
Board
for the
games.
board game community.
Board games.
And then yun nga, yung IoTCon naman ng and then there's Comiket.
Right.
May pinumento na tayo mga Comiket. Yeah, I remember Comiket. Ayan.
And then may PG Dex pa.
PG Dex pa. Oo.
PG Dex, and then we had Rev Major happen. Hindi na kami nakapunta, guys, kasi nag-inom kami tsaka nag-swimming kami.
Naglasing kaming lahat. Ayan.
Kinidnap kami ni Lee.
Mas importante si Lee kaysa sa pag umuwi si Lee na may malaking event, si Lee yung sasamahan namin. Magpapainom ulit si Lee.
Kinalimutan nila si Lil Black Ray para kay Lee.
Ray Lil Black. Wala ka. Si Lee yung
Ray.
importante. Si Lee, Ray Lee Black yung namin dito.
Iniwan ni Cap yung Viva Max Babes doon. For his core values.
Pero yun, given that sobrang dami namin events sa pinuntahan this year, and let's just walk through kung ano yung mga events na mangyayari for like tomorrow and this weekend. We got Howlers Manila, we got Koyo Fest at Mega Mall, we got Comiket at Mega Mall, we got Ozine Fest, Halloween Special, and of course, but not the least, the October convention that's happening in Santa Lucia East Mall. And speaking of October, syempre kasama natin yan dito yung ating special guest, one of the people behind the event, Sir Jomel Chua. Ayan. Plakpanan. Bastos eh. Pero sorry, hindi ko nakuha yung cue. Ayan.
Meron pala
I'm
gano'n.
sorry, Mike. Yung Mike, yung nakalimutan ko, may cue pala dapat na spotlight.
Episode 98, guys. Sobrang pulido na talaga namin.
In all
Hindi kami nag-sync ni Mike. I'm sorry. Hindi kami nag-sync ni Mike eh.
Naglag.
Ayan.
Sige. Tuloy mo na yun,
Hindi. Kasi I was supposed to be like palakpakan natin si Sir in this this episode, like in this portion, G-Spotlight dapat. Hindi kami nag-sync ni Mike. So okay lang. At least we had it out of the way. Ayan. Pasensya po guys sa mga nagulat. So let's get to know Sir Jomel Chua. Siyempre, we all know na you do like events, diba? Like you organize events along with Lee. But what do you do outside like organizing events?
Outside, actually, I'm part of the ECE engineering here in Dubai. So I'm one of the officers. I'm a technical director. So recently, we had an international conference na in-arrange namin. It's all about AI because syempre medyo sa engineering side naman siya. No? So medyo formal siya and we've been asked to invite a lot of speakers from different countries like Saudi, no, even from Philippines. We also have guests there. So I'm one of the organizers there, being the technical director. So pinakita ko nga kay Lee before yung setup namin doon. We had like a broadcast setup here and there. Tapos ang maganda kasi doon sa org namin, it's a non-profit organization that we do to help out yung mga engineers dito, no, sa Dubai and UAE, sa Abu Dhabi. So yung mga, for example, we had this SPLE program we called na kapag may mga hindi sila kapag kunyari hindi sila engineer pa, no, hindi pa sila nakapasa ng board, so we help them out, no? We have these programs to help them review kasi wala namang review center dito, no, so we do that for them. And then after that, we until such a time na makapag-exam sila yun. And then we do a lot of stuffs then regarding that matter sa engineering na to help advance yung mga knowledge namin kasi ang hirap din pag hindi ka nakaka-catch up sa up-to-date na mga technologies ngayon. So yun. Besides that also, I've been doing previously sa Saudi, when I was in Saudi Arabia, I've been doing a lot of conferences because I'm part of the education na department ng isang hospital and university. So we've been doing a lot of international symposium, conferences, seminars. So medyo naging exposed na rin ako pagdating sa pag-aayos ng events. And then also recently, we've been doing, katulad nga nasabi ninyo, no, we've been doing pop culture events nili. No? So we've thought about that after the pandemic happened. Sabi namin, why not let's start growing the community here in Dubai. No? Kasi medyo kalat yung communities pagka may event lang nagkikita-kita, no? Pag big events. And normally that happens every year lang talaga, once a year lang. So yeah, that's what we've been doing.
Okay. So let's go back to the other side of the spectrum. Yung background mo naman in events and pop culture. Let's talk about your track record. Ayan.
Right. Nag-start ako kasi mag-collect when way back 2000, year 2000, no. I was already in ABS-CBN that time. I was working there. So actually na siya talagang hobby ko na siya before. When I was in high school, talaga nagko-comic books na ako, pero not into toys pa during that time. So when I was in ABS-CBN I was working there. So nag-jump start siya kasi may nakilala akong friend ko na nagto-toys. So doon na nag-start, no. Na unang-una pa nga, I think it was the forum Let's See, they called. And in-start to nila Sir Dan, no, if you will remember, kung sino man yung mga nakakanood nito, no, sila Sir Dan Castro. So tapos eventually they went to the name Pinoy Toy Collectors. So doon na talagang medyo lumaki yung community kasi talagang ang dami na talaga ng mga collectors that time from different merong laruan, comic books, merong mga kung ano pa. Tapos doon ko na na-meet ng mga friends ko which nakasama ko dito sa October Fair, no. And we've been friends since that time, year 2000 until ngayon po. So yun. Yung collection ko kaya medyo kalat siya actually, medyo from comic books, diecast cars kasi I've been hopping to a lot of different forums that day. Diecast cars, DCPH, we have the Toy Empire, and we also have the Pinoy Toy Collector. So maraming forums dati na different pero eventually yun, nag-build up yung collection at maraming nakilalang friends at hanggang ngayon.
So let's talk about your passion in toys and pop culture. So like, naalala mo pa ba yung unang toy that you decided to collect? And then how did that grow into like, from being passionate about collecting toys into like creating events?
Yeah, actually, ako kasi it's 8, ayoko na magsabi ng edad, no. But anyways, I love X-Men, no? X-Men talaga ako, favorite ko yan. Tapos meron din ang isa pa sa favorite ko na line was G.I. Joe and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So by this time, alam niyo na kung anong edad ko. Anyway, so I love X-Men and during that time nung nag-start ako, sikat na sikat talaga yung alam niyo yung mga clamshell na Marvel Legends, Toy Biz. Yun, as in talaga nag-aagawan yung mga collectors na minsan ang ginagawa pa namin, talagang nagto-toy hunt pa kami sa kung saan Toy Kingdom noon, tsaka Toys R Us. And there was a time also na may nabalita, no, nag-aaway, susuntukan dahil sa laruan. No? Pero those so fun, no? Hindi siya yung old days. Talagang agawan talaga, no? Akin yan, no? So, nakakatawa. Pero the same time, it developed into, yun nga, gaya nga ng sabi ko sa'yo, yung mga friends na nakakilala ko doon sa Pinoy Toy Collectors and sa mga iba pang forums. Nag-build kami ng relationship into such a time na sabi namin, when I went home last 2 years ago, sabi ko, why not let's do a community event? Total, marami naman na tayong friends eh. Sabi ko, yeah, I think it's about time na yung network natin, no, yan na natin para at least makabuild tayo ng isang community. Here naman, dun sa Baluarte namin, no, kasi most of my friends are also living in the East Manila side. No? So I myself, I'm living in Taytay, Rizal, and I have one friend who is living in, beside lang ng Santa Lucia actually, town and country. And then other one is Angono. So sabi ko, sabi ko kasi parang wala naman yatang events na nangyayari dito sa Baluarte natin. Most of the events na binanggit nyo kanina, mostly happening in North and South. No? So sabi namin, sabi ko, nakikita namin yung yung growing population dito sa East Manila eh. Kasi kapag kami nakikipag-interact kami do sa mga communities every events, puro mga taga-East din yung mga nakikilala namin. So sabi namin, lumalaki yung collecting ng East Manila. So sabi ko, subukan natin, let's try it. Let's do the event here in East Manila.
So how was the transition? Kasi diba, like you started this East Manila collector community. How was the transition coming from the Philippines, shifting to like your focus there in Dubai? Like how was the transition like? Did you start from scratch, like making new friends again, meeting people with the same interest as you and the passions as you? So what are the challenges then?
Actually, yun nga yung challenge yun eh. Pero to start with, no, ang start ko talaga ng events into pop culture scene is here sa Dubai. No? Here, dito talaga sa Dubai, with Lee, no? With Palitz here. Tapos sabi ko, meron na kaming template on how we do the events eh. So sabi ko, subukan ko ngang i-copy and paste dun sa Philippines, no? And nakakatuwa kasi, despite na yung mga friends ko doesn't have the experience pa on may experience sila but not that into much detailed na events talaga. So sabi ko, sige nga, subukan nga natin, let's do that. And sabi ko sa kanila, don't worry, I will instruct you, I will guide you on how we will do this. Since sila din naman may mga events na hinahandle pero hindi masyado sa pop culture scene. Kasi talagang hobby lang talaga namin yung yung pagko-collect ng laruan. So when we gather talaga, pag nagse-session kami, inuman tapos yun lang. Laruan lang. Walang lagi pinag-uusapan.
Dapat pala talaga magsimula sa inuman. So tama yung simula namin nila Lee.
Ito actually, ito nakakatuwa, no? How we started this October Fair, no? Nung umuwi kami ng Pilipinas, we went to, I don't know if you know McKinley Whiskey Park. Ang ganda ng lugar na yun. Actually, hindi man ako umiinom talaga, no. Sinamahan ko lang talaga sila, kumain lang ako. Ang sarap din kasi ng pagkain doon eh. So, yun, sabi ko nga, let's do this. Sabi ko, let's try to brainstorm, tingnan natin kung ano. And besides that, meron naman kami mga friends na talaga na nasa event scene, no. Gaya nga na sabi ko sa iyo, yung mga Pinoy Toy Collectors, yan din naman yung mga sila rin naman yung mga nag-organize sa ToyCon naman. Kaya kilala na rin namin sila.
Alright, so yeah, that's like a lot to like know. I think basically yung panel natin ngayon knows you like way better than before. No? Kasi kilala ko lang talaga si Sir Jomel as like tropa ni Palitz na nag-organize ng events. Diba? Like, but then we knew him like deeper than that. But then before we proceed to like sa next na part ng ating discussion, madami-dami na rin yung comments natin dito, Captain Mike. So simulan na kaya natin yung yung 1 minute pabati portion as our icebreaker.
Yeah, icebreaker it is. So start tayo dun sa pinakataas. I have to scroll up really, dahil ang start nito is si Maring Len. Hello G3, finally. Nandito si Len. Stanley, sabi nga ni Stanley dito, Friday is Friday. Hello sa mga viewers. Don't forget to like and follow our page for podcast giving you some geek and nerdy stuff. It's the link tree in the pinned comment section below. Sabi nga niya, hello Tita Len. Hello mga sir. Siyempre si Stanley. Siyempre ito na nga, hello Lala Leska. Dami natutuwa dun sa niya. Sabi ni Stanley dito, si Sir Mike ngayon. Gwapi si Sir Mike ngayon. Sige, bigyan kitang pera. Tapos si Hilala yung naglabas ng kamay. Sabi ni Maring Joel, hello, G3 staying all the way from the east side, it's New Jersey. Tapos ito, sabi ni Lee, Tito Joel, nandun din daw sila sa New Jersey. Ng lagim si Lee. Shoutout Mama Lexi. Sabi ni Tito Joel, kita tayo palagi. We'll go to all toy and game conventions. Sabi ni Tita Judy, hello. Tapos, ito, ang tanong ni Aaron dito is on topic dun sa Captain Mike page. It's the convention boom. Sabi nga ni Joel dito, considered ba as toys yung handheld electronics sa Game & Watch? And the answer is yes. Syempre, tropa natin si Harim nandito. So, dahil nga doon, dahil sa sinagot ni Lee, passion can be toy collector na rin. Tapos ito nga, nabanggit nga dito, Town and Country, may kukwento ako sa iyo dyan, Sir Joel, sa tungkol dyan. And of course, Taytay, dyan daw siya nagtatrabaho sa BIR kay Tay.
Nice.
Tapos, tinanong ko sa kanya kung yung favorite niyang Game & Watch. Sabi ni Maring Joel, Parachute and Octopus were my absolute favorites. Chef is a very close second.
Nice.
Ako lagi nakarelate na din. Pero sige. Back to you, General.
Nakakatuwa, no? Yung tawag namin kay Sir Joel, Tito Joel. Ikaw pare. Nakikita natin yung age.
Age gap ko.
Yung agot ng edad din yung dalawa, malaki.
Naglabasan yung edad eh.
Kami ni Sir Joel, halos magkadikit lang kami. So yun.
Awkward naman, tawagin mo siyang Tito Joel din, no? So,
dapat nga, di ba, sa edad kong to, tito na rin tawag ko kay Mike, pero
Mike.
with all due respect, di ba, Mike pa din.
Mike.
Brother Mike, ayan. Pero yan, segue, syempre, we're doing this new type of format when it comes to our shows. And napansin nyo, no, sinimulan na agad natin yung topic. And let's move on to a sponsor break brought to us by Sega. All right, and of course, as our first Sega segment of this episode, we got Sonic Superstars is now available for purchase on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Steam, and Epic Game Store. Ayan. So again, October 17, 2023. So this was released 3 days ago. So Sonic Superstars, the newest title in the Sonic series, is out now. It is a brand new high-speed action game that combines the feel of the 2D side-scrolling Sonic series with crisp 3D graphics. A new adventure begins for Sonic and his pals, Tails, Amy, and Knuckles in the mysterious North Star Islands, inhabited by gigantic creatures. With your newfound emerald powers, stop Dr. Eggman and Fang, yung purple wolf. I think, tama ba si Fang, yung purple wolf?
Yeah.
Yes.
And who plan to use these creatures for their devious schemes. Ayan. So again, if you are a fan of Sonic, if you played the classic Sonic, if nag-cheat ka sa Sonic before, pwede itong game para sa'yo. Ayan. Wala akong sinabi pangalan.
Mike.
Ano ba yan?
Ako magsasabi! Sa lahat ng pag-cheatitan mo, Sonic.
Pero
I
again,
told you the story about it.
So again, get the digital deluxe pack as well. You get a Lego fun pack, rabbit skin, you get exclusive mech parts or battle mode. You got a digital art book as well, and of course, bonus main menu wallpapers. And so again, it's out now to buy in all consoles na stores, and of course on Steam and Epic Game Store. Ayan.
Nice.
Perfect na
Iba yung-
perfect though. Yung
Ganda.
weekend, tapos, di ba? Sonic. Di ba? If naglaro ka rin ng Sonic Frontiers, pwedeng-pwede dito sa'yo. Nice change of pace. Ay.
Sakto yan para sa October 4, guys. Nandun ang Pinoy Retro Gaming. So, may mga gaming consoles doon, may competitions.
Meron ba nagpa-contest na ba sila ng Sonic speedrun? Ayan, those Sonic speedrun na right from
Ayaw
start
nila
to
eh.
finish. Bakit?
Ayaw nila, baka kasi sumali si Mike.
Bigla niya ilalabas yung debug menu.
Grabe naman kayo kay Mike. Pero syempre, enough of the icebreaker. Ayan, syempre medyo na rin tayo. Kasi medyo inside joke na rin yung pag-cheat ni Mike sa Sonic. Diba? So, tigilan na natin si Mike. Pero ito, question lang for, of course, Sir Jumel and the panel. What was the first pop culture convention you've ever attended? And how was it? Ayan, simulan natin kay Sir Jumel.
Ako, Toy-Con talaga eh. Actually,
What
before
year?
that,
Ayan.
ang una ko natin sa na in-arrange ng Toy-Con 4 is yung El Pueblo Restaurant. Before sa likod ng Mega Mall, nagkaroon ng gathering doon. Doon ako unang naka-attend talaga ng gathering ng mga toy communities, no. I was with the founders of the Toy-Cons before, and even Dan Castro was there. And a lot of personalities na nakikita natin ngayon na katulad nila yung mga sila Dart Ryan, yung mga ganon. Sila JCya, yan, isa legendary scale beast. So, yep, yun yung una kong na-attend na events ng toy community before. Hindi pa siya ganun kalaki. Wala pa siya sa Mega Mall.
Wala pa siya.
Sa restaurant pa lang kami.
So, ikaw Palits, how about you?
Ako, Toy-Con din, pero hindi yung first Toy-Con, yung sa Mega Mall na. Or sa MOA. I think it was the yung MOA bagong collector lang ako. I started late. I think around 2007. Ako nag-start talaga sa toy collecting. So I started with vintage toys talaga. And then I learned about toy collecting. Tapos talaga unang convention ko was Toy-Con, and then it was so fun kasi nakihati ako ng table sa friend ko. So nagbayad kami. And back then, sobrang mura lang ng table, guys. Hindi na katulad ngayon na, I think 15K madalas yung mga tables ngayon, standard, no? But back then, I think it was 3,000. Tama ba?
Damn.
Ganun lang siya kamura. So, tag 1.5 lang kami. Tapos galing kami pareho ng Cavite. It was so fun kasi pareho kami nag-bus. Meet up kami sa bus stop. Tapos bitbit namin mga malalaking bag puno ng toys. Tapos magsaset up kami ng ingress. So it really started yon, tapos sunod-sunod na din yung events ko after that. I really got into joining events kahit nag-work ako. So naka-schedule talaga ako na makasama sa mga events. And I met a lot of people then because of that. Doon din nag-start mag-branch out yung hobby ko from vintage toys. I got into Hot Wheels, I got into Legos, I got into Toku stuff, I got into anime, Marvel Legends, Star Wars. Doon talaga sa very first Toy-Con ko, it expanded. Lahat ng toy groups nasalihan ko, nakilala ko sila Sir Dan Castro, nakilala ko yung mga ibang organizers ng event. It was just fun. And I'm really proud na naging part ako. At least I can say na I've been part of as an exhibitor sa Toy-Con because it kind of gave me an idea on how to go about, organizing events then with Sandbox Swap Meet.
So just if I may add, nakalimutan ko pala. Before, after that event then, I've been joining din sa mga DCPH. Kasi alam mo yung ginagawa nila, they've been going to showrooms, no?
Yes.
Showrooms, tapos minsan doon sa Mega Mall lang, sa gitna lang kami.
Feeling ko nga nagkita na kami ni Joel before sa Pinas.
Oo nga, feeling ko nga rin eh.
Nagpupunta din ako sa DCPH gathering lagi sa Mega Mall. Tapos lagi pa nagkakasitahan ng security doon. Kasi sobrang dami ng tao, walang kumakain. Lahat may dalang Hot Wheels, nagpapalitan, nagbabuy and sell. Tapos nasisita talaga kasi wala nang maupuan yung mga kumakain. Literal na napupunta sa gitna.
Ayan. So, how about you, Captain Mike? Your first convention?
I don't know if I can consider that as a convention, no? Pero back in 2002, nung nilaunch yung unang Ragnarok noon, yung Level Up Games yun, yung sa kaya yung Guild Wars na yun. I went there kasi may sinamahan akong mag-cosplay. So, ano ako ng personal alalay. So, hindi ko talaga na-enjoy yung hindi ako nag-ano dun. Nakita ko lang, dami nagko-cosplay, people were so into the Ragnarok thing. Hindi ko maintindihan pa nun bakit, kung bakit. No? Pero, umikot lang ako doon, tapos nakita ko ng ang dami naka-cosplay. Umalis na ako, nagliwaliw na lang ako outside. Pero, sa G3, my first was Conquest 22. So, yun yung...
First time I met you guys. No,
Yeah.
the crew, like BJ, Chino,
The personal,
Rene, personally.
either that's Conquest or ToyCon 22. Pero that's one of those events. Doon ako talaga para nagkaroon ng interest na I know it's a thing for other people, pero iba pa yung doon ko lang na-realize na pag sinubukan mo pala, you'll realize na it's a cool thing.
All right, Trickster, how about you?
My first convention, I forgot the name, but it was a cosplay convention, anime stuff. Back in 2011, I think. So I went there along with my sister and her friend. And we went in cosplay as well. It was just a random shrine maiden, and my sister was cosplaying the professor from Nichijou. And I think that was Mega Mall din. I just forgot the location and name. Bro, we had tons of fun naman. We were finding amazing merch. There was a cosplay competition happening.
Parang
And,
may
you
copy
know.
ako ng cosplay mo na yun. Pero sige.
Nakakatuwa, no? Nakakatuwa. Parang may common ground yung mga events na napuntahan natin the first time. Lagi doon malapit sa Mega Mall.
Lagi na
talaga siya, no? Talagang
Lagi lang
lagi doon eh.
Kasi back in the day,
Wala
the
pang
Mega-
MOA noon eh. So
Wala
Wala
pang
pang MOA, right.
Wala pang MOA noon eh.
So it was the hub for everything.
Walang
event.
SMX. It's either that or Araneta.
Yes.
Sa Cubao X,
Diba?
doon din yung ibang meetup eh. Tsaka ano talaga kasi, doon yung nahihirapan yung maraming collector. Kahit sa meetup eh, laging Mega Mall, lugi yung mga taga Cavite, mga taga South, lugi yung mga taga Angono. Kasi parang sobrang layo. Tapos lahat ng
That's
mga
true.
taga QC Manila, doon lang sa Mega Mall. So,
Doon
yung
lang
meetup
talaga sila.
halfway, hindi halfway.
More north.
Di ba? Lugi laging north yung meetup, pero halfway, Mega Mall.
Ano na lang ako, di ba? So, ito, personally, coming from the very, very south ng Philippines, ayan, so Gensan. My first event was back in 2011. It's called Chain Gensan. So, Chain means like cosplay, hobbies, and interest nexus. And yun yung pangalan ng event na yun. It was like, because 2011 was like the boom ng cosplay mismo sa Gensan. I know like cosplay started in Manila like before 2010. Sa amin 2011 dumating yung cosplay doon. And it was the first cosplay convention I attended na parang with a few friends that was a cosplay. Like, let's try cosplaying. You know, parang kasi doon na ako, sabi ko, na-enjoy ko na, gusto ko naman yung anime. I love cosplay as well. And I think may sinanda kong picture kay Mike just now na kaya siya na ngumingiti ngayon. So this was one of my very first cosplays. Ayan. So this is like a gender bent black rock shooter. And so yun yung diba? Wala pang bigote general dyan. Medyo maitim pa yung balat ko kasi lagi ako nasa labas. But yeah, hindi naman nanonood sila. Pero I think Lala knows na nag-cosplay ako ng ganito. Tatawa din yan. Tingnan mo. So that was my first convention. That was my first convention. And so it was fun. It introduced me in a world na parang sabi ko, ay, ganito pala eh. Kasi nung high school ako, being a fan of anime, tinatawag akong autistic ng mga classmate ko. No,
Right.
like, abnormal, autistic, mongoloid. Yun yung tawag ng mga classmate ko sa akin. I don't do Naruto runs in the hallway. I just listen to anime music. Diba?
Right.
Like, I'm not that weird. Kasi kung tanggap ko kung nagawa na Naruto run ako, pero hindi eh. Alam mo yun? Pero like, they
At
know
least-
na I love anime, diba? Na
At least tama yung insulto sa'yo. Akin tawag sa akin, acoustic eh. Alam mo, mali eh.
Gitara.
Tawa ka na lang eh.
Gitara.
Ang acoustic mo, pre.
Nawala tuloy si Mike. Ayan, umalis tuloy si Mike. Ayan.
No,
Mike, nawala ka. Ayan.
I had to take a call.
Ayan, teka. Ayan. Pero yun, it was like one of the first events na it started my journey from like cosplay into like hosting, into esports, and now, andito na ako. So kung wala ako na event na yun, kung hindi ako yung guy that I showed you earlier na nag-cosplay, wala siguro General Tuna. So like it spiraled me to that path. You know? Like alam ko hindi ako pogi no time na yun, pero try lang.
Who cares? Kasi actually, isa din yan talaga sa weird kahit kasi college time na nag-start talaga ako ng toy collecting. And all my classmates, pagka nagiinuman kami, alam nila ako na medyo bargas talaga ako, talaga medyo ako kahit nagiinom. Pero they always call me a nerd. Napaka-nerdo mo, no? Bumibili ka ng mga laruan. Bata ka ba? And they don't understand the joy of, getting something that you really want. Yung the thrill of the hunt. Doon talaga, nung nagka-Toy-Con, parang ikutin mo bawat booth. Kahit seller ka, ikutin mo, hanapin mo ba kung nandito yung grail mo. Kasi kahit makabili ka na nung grail mo, laging may bagong grail na habulin. It never ends.
Kung sisigarilyo sila, dapat tinanong mo, bakit? Ikaw, sisigarilyo ka? Adik ka ba?
Segue tayo. What about have you faced that stigma of like being toy collectors, di ba? Marami nagsasabi, pambata naman yan eh. Like, how would you paano yung how did you face that kind of like stigma? Sir Jomel, simulan natin sa'yo.
Merong mga nagsasabi talaga na gano'n na pambata. Actually, even my wife, no? Pero I think naintindihan niya na rin by now, no, kung bakit ako nagko-collect, no. Kasi we have our own reasons, no. We have each of our own reasons kung bakit kami nagko-collect. Me myself, ako kasi I was depraved before when I was a kid, no. Of these kinds of toys. But then sabi ko, okay pa rin naman. Bakit naman ako hindi bibili ngayon kung it's not about kumbaga parang actually nakita niyo ba yung sinabi ni Bitoy before, di ba, no? Sabi niya kung kailan tayo tumanda dapat nandun pa rin yung natin, passion natin, no. Actually sa akin, personal reasons is because it's a stress reliever for me. Actually, hindi ko naman masyado nalalaro pero pag nakikita ko siya, it brings happiness and joy. Alam mo yun, minsan ang sarap magkape lang ng tinitignan mo sila, tapos minsan gagalawin mo lang ng konti, no? tapos when you meet your friends, usap kayo tungkol din sa toys, no? So parang it adds up to to yung stress-free life.
That's true.
Ayan. Sa'yo, Palits, how about you, given that you're a toy collector as well? So how did you face the stigma?
Yung stigma na yan, aside from my classmates, especially sa family ko, when even sa video games, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your money, you should be, keeping it in the bank, just save it or invest it in somewhere. Pero sa akin kasi, whenever I buy toys, it's the fact na this is my trophy for the hard work that I've done. It kind of represents the hard work that I've done. Kasi dati, masaya na ako when I was starting out here in Dubai. Naghanap talaga ako ng grails. Hunter talaga ako ng toys na grails, na mura. So, every once a month, I allot some budget. Tapos talaga mag-iikot ako ng iba't ibang toy store looking for a grail na SRP or naka-sale. And it's just fun for me. Ayun nga, isa yun, stress reliever. But to be honest, mula nung nakita na nila how the value goes up, isa yun sa pang-break ng stigma. When you sell one particular toy that they think are worthless, and then you tell them, oh, I just sold it for this much, magtataka sila, ay, may value pala yan. And then, start na lumabas yung mga show, like yung Pawn Stars, American Pickers, tapos nakikita na sa GMA7, kino-cover na ng news, yung mga toys and collectibles na may value, coins and all that. Parang nawala yung stigma nila and then they got interested then. Bakit ganyan kamahal yan? Doon unti-unting nawala and now they understand why I collect Kaya sila pa minsan nagtatanong, yung specifically yung isa kong tita sa US, before nagtatanong siya lagi, dapat di ka na bumibili niyan. I-save mo na lang, bumili ka ng bahay sa Pilipinas. Ngayon siya pa yung nagtatanong sa akin, gusto mo ba to pag lumalabas siya ng mga mall? Gusto mo ba to, nagpipicture pa siya, nagsasend siya ng mga picture ng Funko Pops and other toys. Sabi ko, okay na muna ako tita pagka pupunta ko na dyan. So, it comes and goes talaga yung stigma. But eventually, they kind of grew out of it. And it's apparent now since there's a lot of convention. So, parang lahat ng tao, generally, they accepted the hobby and kind of forgot the stigma.
Ayun. So, yeah. And then mostly, I think I agree din dito sa sinabi nga ni Sir Jomel, di ba, na parang deprived tayo before. That's why we enjoy these things right now. Diba? And before then, I was deprived of video games. So, I enjoyed video games. Diba? And speaking of video games, another segue to another sponsor segment and a sponsor break brought to us by Sega. And of course, our second and last Sega news for this week, Endless Dungeon Early Unlock is out now on PC and consoles. Ayan. So finally, I think after it was delayed for a while, 2 days ago, Endless Dungeon is finally out. The early access is finally out as well. For all owners of the Last Wish edition. Ayan. So for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, standard edition owners will follow with the full release this Thursday. Ayan. Oh wait, it was fully released already. So ayan. It's out already. Ayan. So in Endless Dungeon, again, you'll find yourself stranded in a mysterious abandoned space station, and your goal is to fight your way to the exit, all while protecting your crystal from ever-ending waves of monsters. And of course, you got yung mga hindi pa nakakakuha, you can get the standard edition. And of course, you can get the Last Wish edition as well, which gives you badges and avatars, Pioneer Elite skin packs, Dawn of the End skin packs, Die Hard Elite skin packs, the original soundtrack, and of course, the digital Reckless Squad art book. Ayan. And syempre, if you're a fan of Endless Dungeon, you're a fan of genres like this, diba? It's already out. You can play it with your friends. You can play it alone. And have fun, after ng mga events na nangyayari this weekend, and of course, probably next week, pwede nyo na laruin ng mga kaibigan nyo. Huwag kayo mag-alala. Hindi to tulad ng Sonic na pwede kayo mag-cheat. So, okay lang. Mike, last na yun. Sorry, last na yun.
Last guide.
Ayan. Last na yun, Mike. Huwag ka mag-alala. Last na yun.
For
Alright.
now.
Last na yun for this episode. Ayan. Hindi ko naman sinasabing last na yun forever. So, we'll still bug you, Mike. That will forever haunt you.
Hell yeah.
Pero ito, let's ask Sir Jomel. Let's talk about October and what makes October different from other conventions. Actually, let's ask both Sir Jomel and Lee. So simulan natin kay Sir Jomel. What makes October different from other conventions that we have?
Siguro I might say besides doing it in the East, which is new to a lot of community goers, na toy community goers. Kasi mostly talaga North and South talaga, minsan sa Manila area. But now it goes to East Manila. So parang actually we have incidents that we were asked, sabi nila, saan yung Santa Lucia?
Right.
hindi nila talaga alam Pero yun nga, so sabi namin it's about time that we will mark something in the East Manila, So besides that, we're going back to the yung love natin sa community, by introducing community events such as yung TCG, cosplay competition. Actually, we want to incorporate a lot of activities. Kaya lang kasi sobrang hectic na nung schedule plus hindi ganun kalaki yung ating events hall doon sa Santa Lucia to host lahat ng activities ng communities, no. And to think na alam naman natin we have a lot of communities here in Philippines, no. Hindi namin kayang ilagay lahat doon pero at least we have something na alam namin na may malaking community at malaking tap sa market na let's do this and that, no. So we have the Pinoy Retro Gamers, no. Maraming may gusto ng gaming, and also we have the TCG, no, the trading card games na actually isa ito sa growing population talaga ngayon eh. Hindi lang siya for MTG kasi MTG has been since nung bata pa tayo meron na yan. I mean nung high school days pa lang, no. But now it meron ng Pokemon, meron ng Yu-Gi-Oh, may Alpha Clash. Tapos ang daming lumalabas ngayon and nakikita natin na lumalaki rin yung population ng mga naglalaro ng mga trading card games. So in here sa October Fair, we are hosting 4 TCG tournaments, no, including yung Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Alpha Clash, and yung One Piece, no? Ayan, One Piece. Medyo kilala ngayon siya. So we have also a trading card game for One Piece. And actually marami na ngayon nag-dive into this TCG, no. So yun. Tapos we have also the cosplay. Syempre hindi mawawala dahil yan ang most favorite ng ating even mga non-pop culture fans. Gusto nila makakita ng something na, wow, oy, teka, what's happening here? There's a cosplay and they know the characters, no. They also know the characters na kahit na hindi nila napapanood yung ibang nakikita nila sa mga cosplayers. So this is something cool na yun. So yan yung October Fair namin and it's happening tomorrow. It will last until Sunday in East Manila. So actually yung ang maganda kasi ngayon sa Santa Lucia or sa gagawin namin October Fair, nasa nasa landmark ng Metro or LRT2.
Yeah.
So dati kasi talagang kailangan mo talagang sadyain from Cubao. Pupunta ka ng either Antipolo or ng Taytay. But now it's accessible na eh. Kasi from Cubao mag LRT2 ka lang, baba ka na ng Marikina Station, nandun ka na.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. How about you, Palits? Like, for you, like, what makes October different from other conventions?
Just from what Jomel said, it goes back to the grassroots or the roots of the community. Because I think one of the biggest flaws of a lot of events now is the commercialization of all events. And it becomes too commercialized that they forget that there is a community supporting you. Which happened already. Nagkaroon na tayo ng episode dyan na galit ako. Because we need to always remember the reason why events are successful and it's booming, it's because of the community. It's not because of the organizers. The organizers are just there. They don't even know if someone's gonna come. The success of an event comes from the community. That's why ever since, even with Sandbox Swap Meet community, and October Fair with Jomel, it works hand in hand. It's almost the same project that we are managing, and we always go back to the community because the thing about taking care, or at least taking care of your community, at least yung bare minimum, just giving the booths at a fair price, giving a location that's much more centered as a venue, yung mas malapit sa lahat, that those kind of things is such a big service already. Hindi na sila babiyahin ng malayo, especially ang dami talagang toy collectors sa East Manila. That I guarantee. Ang dami dyan toy collectors ever since I started collecting. Most of them are from Rizal, Taytay, Angono. So that's why lahat ng meetups, Cubao, Mega Mall, and most of yung iba sa Cavite manggagaling. So the service to the community is the core of this kind of events. And to see Jumel doing this with his colleagues sa Pilipinas, I'm really proud to see it kasi it's a big start. It's a big step of going back to community service when you're doing an event, because a lot of events now may makikita ka iba't iba na yung mga items eh. Parang meron ng mga bags. Alam mo yun, it's a pop culture event, and then you see bags, you see phones, you see mga ipit-ipit, yung parang naging Changi na. It's not a pop culture event anymore. That's why whenever I know Jumel himself, um, inaano niya, tinitignan niya kung sino yung mga participant na exhibitors, what do they sell, because they want to make sure na pop culture event yung magpa-participate, and hindi yung mga ipit-ipit, mga bag, yung mga panchanggi na items, kasi that's what I've seen recently sa market. Like, I don't wanna drop names sa mga events na yun, but it's kind of obvious, napapansin na ng mga tao din. That's why parang nakakawalang gana minsan, and to see an event go back to that, uh, go back to the community and give back to the community, it gives me a bigger hope na baka if it goes bigger, everyone will follow it, and stop. I mean, there's nothing bad about commercializing an event. It's just that maybe hold back a little bit, but it becomes a totally commercial event na. And this is what a good event should look like. Sellers are from the community. The exhibitors are from the community. The people that are organizing it are from the community, and they know what the community needs and wants. And entrance prices have increased a lot in the years. Exactly. This is because of the commercialization. Again, that's why tama ba ako, Jooms? The event entrance for this event is 20 pesos, and it serves as a raffle entry.
Yeah.
Imagine
So,
that.
20 pesos lang siya. Tapos kasama ka na sa raffle giveaways. Tapos may chance ka pa para maglaro ng free-to-play na retro games, no? Plus a chance to meet Berlin, no?
Exactly. For a 20 peso coin, di ba may coin na ba yung 20 pesos?
Yeah.
Oo,
Yes,
meron na.
yes.
Oo.
Yung barya na lang, literal na barya na lang ibabayad mo, and you have a raffle entry, right? And
Yeah.
that is something that we need more of when it comes to event. I've seen a lot of a free admission entrance na event, pero what are the products in the event? What are the activations in the event? Wala. It's just a commercialized event, and this is what you see now. So, yun lang. baka nagsabi na si
Baka
Joseph.
baka mag-GTFO tayo mamaya
Hindi.
Nandy, Tandaan lang natin, right?
Dinadahan-dahan ko lang. This
So-
is just something that I noticed in the recent years with all the events.
Alright, so to add, no, in the Philippines, are toy-related or collector-related events or conventions on par already with other premier conventions? Or if not, like, do you think like pwede tayo mag-scale up, no, for October, di ba? Yung October magsi-scale up ba? Ayan. Simulan natin kasi si Palits nandito na. Simulan natin sa'yo.
I think to say it's on par, hindi pa ganon ka on par. I mean, it's getting there. Especially let's say October Fair is still it's a beginning. But let's say ToyCon, right? We have friends in ToyCon. It's a big event. It's the biggest event for toy collectors and pop culture event, no doubt. It's almost at the same level, but the thing is, we're still looking for yung talagang, I think the only thing missing with them is yung mga stars na meron nasa US, like with MEFCC here, may mga guests talaga. I think that's the only missing thing. But I think when we say on par, it's close to that. Kasi naririnig na tayo sa ibang bansa eh. ToyCon, Philippines is being heard, naririnig na, and a lot of Filipino or American toy makers are hearing about it and are interested in joining the event. And that's a big thing. That's a when ToyCon pioneered this event, it's a great thing. And to be honest, their tickets and their booths are still not that expensive, to be honest. I think they're one of those events that you can always count on to give a value for your buck. Alam mo yun, parang pag pumunta ka ng ToyCon, you're gonna get what you paid for as a collector. Hindi lang siya yung basta-basta na event na nakikita natin. Kasi recently, may mga kaibigan ako, there was a Naruto Con, there was a Volt Con, na alam mo yun, tapos yung convention na yun nasa dulo ng mall, and then the sellers lose money. I mean, at the end of the day, the exhibitors and the sellers are also part of the community kasi. That's something that a lot of organizers forget. When they get paid, they're out. Right? Yun yung nakakawalang gana minsan sa mga events. So seeing an event like October Fair hopefully starts a movement then, and hopefully it grows. I wish it grows bigger than it is now, and hopefully it starts a movement like sa Cavite South, 'di ba? Parang wala masyadong event doon, pero ang daming collectors sa Cavite. And even sa northern outside of Manila, Tarlac. Now, last time there was a North Hobby Expo in Baguio, which Toycon PH also hosted sa hotel. So hopefully that starts a movement talaga. I think having this kind of events doesn't hurt. The only time that the community gets hurt is the over-commercialization of the events talaga. Ayun pa yung isa sinabi, I love to attend an event that has ample space. Hindi yung nag-aamoy tayo maglakad sa mga booth. Isa pa yan, no?
Exactly.
That's true. There was an event, I'm not, parang was it like a cosplay event? Parang ganun na lang, no? I will not name names. Pero halos wala nang malakaran. And pinuno nila ng booth na sellers to make as much money. This is the aggravating thing with the events that are popping up. Wala nang sense. They just want to make money out of the booth or the exhibitors, and they're not thinking about yung spacing. Even if you see now yung layout ng October Fair, they laid it out properly na may proper walkway, na maluwag, na may playing area, may activation area. So that's how you should be doing it. Nakakaumay kasi talaga yung mga ganyang event. Yung nagiging tiyanggian. Hindi na talaga convention yung iba. Pwede mo na silang tawaging tiyanggi. Ganyan yung nangyari. Parang nagpunta ng Baclaran or Divisoria. Alam mo yun? Ganyan yung nangyari sa mga maraming events dyan sa Pilipinas. Which,
it's
I
weird,
know.
It's weird. Because I agree with you. Because it's weird. Pare-pareho na lang yung binibenta nung mga booth in events. Like, there's no variety. Ito, I'm not mentioning shops, pero you see a Genshin Impact pins, Genshin Impact t-shirts, mouse pads. Like, alam mo yun, whatever you see on one booth, makikita mo din sa booth like next to it. Diba?
Right.
Which is like what I love about toy conventions, ibang laruan dito na booth, ibang laruan din dun.
Yes.
Yun din yan yun yung parang tingin ko challenge ngayon kasi pag sinabi mo ganitong event, people will just go there because ano ba talaga yung objective ng pagpunta mo dun sa event, diba?
Right.
For October kasi, if you guys will pay attention to this, makikita nyo na kagad by the way, katabi namin si Sir Berlin sa booth namin dyan, if you pay attention to that. Pero kung papansinin yung itsura nung spacing ng booths, magkatalikuran sila, pero I've seen the place, malaki yung mga dadaanan and that's what Rico mentioned. I feel bad for kids and they have a hard time just going through, they can't enjoy the booths.
Yeah. Tsaka makikita mo yung variety makikita mo lahat ng mga seller na yan, there's a variety. Iba-iba talaga. So, if organizers actually pay attention to this kind of details, an event can be successful and an event can be nice. The hard part is right now, actually, napag-usapan namin to ni Jomel, there was a difficulty when you organize this kind of events na kasi due to the boom or hype of events, ang dami nang nalulugi na exhibitors. Right, Jomel? Parang natatakot na sila to explore another location. Parang gusto na lang nila yung mega mall, gusto na lang nila yung mga high-value locations. So whenever you do something like this na parang out of the norm, kumbaga, no? So they have those doubts. And it's understandable kasi it's business But this is what hurts the community. Whenever you see those events na nagiging Changi type na events talaga, na halo-halo na lang kung ano-ano na lang yung binibenta. So whenever you do an event, you need to check as well for the organizers. You need to check what the exhibitors are selling. So you have a variety, hindi pare-pareho, hindi random.
Yeah,
Natawa kasi talaga ako, may kaibigan ako
Hindi nakaw
nagsabi.
sa internet, hindi na ito pa yung napansin ko. Nakaw sa internet yung mga ginagamit pang merch. I swear to God, like yung mga button
Actually,
sa
no.
mga print sa shirts, nakaw sa internet.
Nung nag-conceptualize kami na to October Fair, ang una kong sinabi sa mga partners ko na co-organizers ko, we need to pick exhibitors from different kinds of communities, like from diecast, we need from designer toys, we need to from statues, action figures. So ang una talaga naming pinush talaga is reaching out to our friends who are doing exhibit on their part, no. So yung mga nagbebenta ng statues, like we have JC here, no, Legendary Beast Studios. We have Freely Abrigo from the designer toys, and we have Teen Valley from the diecast. So kung makikita niyo talaga from the start pa lang, meron na kaagad mga distinction according dun sa mga sellers na makikita niyo. Kaya yun yung naging namin platform namin for the October Fair. And gaya nga nung sabi kanina ni Lino, siguro with the questions kanina ni Jazz, oo nga, kung mapapansin niya yung Toycon sa atin, wala nga. I agree, no, walang mga artists, big stars like here in Dubai. Pero kung mapapansin niyo dito, pag pumunta kayo dito, pag kumuha kayo ng boots, sobrang mahal pa. Kaya tama lang yung sinabi ni Lina, sakto lang yung price diyan sa Philippines sa Toycon. Dito sobrang mahal, hundreds of thousands yung babayaran nyo in pesos para lang makakuha kayo ng isang boot, no. So, but because may mga artists big stars talaga kaya talagang pupuntahan. And I think yung MEFCC recorded 30,000 attendees, no, during that time.
Yeah.
But in Philippines, ang maganda kasi sa Philippines, sakto lang yung fair yung pricing nila, pero ang ganda ng marketing. Talagang na-funnel nila lahat ng mga communities from different
Particularly Toycon, particularly Toycon.
Yeah,
Sila lang yung exemption to that rule. A lot of the events na lumabas, I think Toycon, Rev Major has its own niche. Pero Toycon talaga is the, kumbaga, bar setter natin when it comes to events sa Philippines talaga.
Yeah.
Alright. So,
Eto may nagtatanong pala, Jums, meron daw bang Toco-related na booth?
I think meron I think
Meron
meron.
yan, for sure.
I think meron, Hindi ko lang kasi sa sobrang dami nila, no. Titignan ko yung mga items nila. Hindi ko na maalala kung sino yung meron sa kanila, pero I
Pero
think
for
meron.
sure meron. Shoutout nga pala sa mga Jablos na Dubai, mga malalakas man demonyo sa laruan. Kaya nagpapa-shoutout mga Jablos. Kaya Jablos yung mga pangalan niya.
At saka yan, kung makikita nyo na yung pinakita nyo kanina, Quicks is also items nandiyan sa natin. And yun yung mga OG pa na mga products nila, makikita nyo. At saka hindi nyo na makikita sa mga stores, no? Nasa mga resellers na siya. Pero dito, SRP lang talaga siya na bibigay. And speaking of dun sa yung grassroots nga, no? Yun talaga yung target ng October Fair, yung going back to the grassroots. Imagine at a cheap price of doing exhibit, kaya mo nang yung mga private collections mo and rare stuffs na ibenta doon, no? At gusto kasi namin din mabawi din kaagad nung na exhibitor. And then ma-meet sila, of course, definitely. Yan lagi number one namin ni Lee Pagka nasa event na, we need to talk to them, we need to mingle. No? Kasi yun naman talaga yung ginagawa natin, di ba? So we want to bring back the community to that kind of situation. Kung saan nagmi-meet tayo, nagmi-mingle, nag-share ng mga collections. So kamusta na collection mo? Parang gano'n.
Exactly. And that's the fun part, no? A lot of the community, especially dito, we're very thankful again sa Sandbox Swap Meet community to all the support. Right now, at 70% capacity na kami since the announcement ng exhibitors. We're very happy na supportive yung community. And this is why, when I said grassroots talaga, because they will never leave you if you actually take care of them. Alam mo yun? Parang automatic lahat nung talagang supporters ng community, solid members ng community namin. They were the ones messaging us, do you need help for venue? Do you need help on this? Do you need help on that? It actually works when you work with the community that you're doing the events with. And the beautiful thing about October Fair and Sandbox Swap Meet 4 is that we will never leave the community behind. Kaya sinabi ni Jumel na lagi kaming nakikipag-usap sa mga exhibitors, kahit sa mga guests. It's not because na gusto pa namin i-market. It's because we want to know if they're doing well, okay ba yung benta nila, because we want to know where we can help. Minsan pa nga may seller na hindi nakakabenta, we will go to the stage, we will shout them out. Yung sasabihan namin yung mga guests na, please check them out, may magaganda silang products. This is the way that events should work. And hopefully, we see more of.
Yeah. So again, there are a lot to see in toy conventions. There are a lot to see in October as well. But I believe it's time for another sponsor break brought to us by Razer Gold. Mike, take it away.
At yun na nga. So we are now here for the Razer Gold announcement. So starting off na kagad tayo with the Nintendo Switch and Razer Gold collab. If obviously you're staying over the weekend, hindi ka makalabas, then Razer Gold has your back by checking out the Nintendo Switch games now available on Razer Gold. So get your hands on the Switch games like Classic Racers Elite, Dark Thrones, Sushi Bar Express, and more on the extensive catalog of Switch games. And you can check them out at the Razer Gold website. Up next will be the Phantasy Star Online 2. You can actually earn Razer Silver when you top up with Razer Gold and redeem exciting rewards when you recharge your Phantasy Star Online 2 with Razer Gold. And that's valid in selected regions. And finally, of course, is the updated Razer Silver catalog. Now, where you can actually redeem with your own with your Razer Silver. And every time na mag-purchase ka ng stuff with Razer Gold, you will have the makakapag-ipon ka kagad ng Razer Silver, and that Razer Silver can actually if you have enough Razer Silver, you have the opportunity to wear one of these. It's the Razer Black Shark V2 headset. And to know more about how Razer Gold can benefit you as part of your loading experience, here's the video.
Recharge your game with Razer Gold. Available on thousands of games. You'll also earn Razer Silver to spend on exclusive rewards and promotions, with millions of online and offline touchpoints to top up. Amping up your gameplay has never been simpler. Basta game load, Razer Gold!
Ayun. And there we go. Once again, thank you so much, Razer Gold, for being one of our sponsors for G3. But time to somehow low-key wrap these things up. Like panel now, if they have questions para kay Sir Jumel, now is the time to do so. Simulan natin, Captain Mike.
Ako, the way I see the October Fair, parang it came from, it was based on experience. This goes for Jumel and Lee. What do you think is yung ma-expect nila with October? What makes it different? Kasi you guys have done it in Dubai. Alam niyo, both of you. Curious ako, was that yung experience mo ba doon from the conventions you had there in Dubai na i-apply ba doon sa October? Is there something unique and different ba?
Yes, besides me not being there. Yun yung difference. But then,
You make it sound so
Since my friends naman have been also in the pop culture scene and know a lot of people in the community. So I guess hindi naman magiging mahirap for them to reach out then dun sa mga exhibitors, no, that will be present during that time. And besides, also we have invited a lot of our good old friends, no, to attend the event. So you will be seeing a lot of kakilala nyo rin in the event, hopefully, including those who have been in the forum days, no. And nakita niyo naman, meron naman na sa exhibitor na kakilala niyo na rin. Kaya yun, hindi siya magiging parang, well, nasaan ako, what is this? Kumbaga parang ganun. But then again, yun nga, yun talagang objective namin is to reach out to the community in the East Manila. Na overwhelmed lang kami kasi hindi lang pala sa East Manila yung support na marireceive namin, kundi pati sa North, South, and even the Center of Manila, no? So ayun, siguro we are expecting to a lot of attendees in this event besides the footfall for the mall, no? Kasi busy talaga ang Santa Lucia Mall every weekends. Kasi yan lang talaga yung hangout ng mga taga East Manila eh. Actually, kahit maraming mall na doon, pero talagang ito yung kumbaga parang history na to eh. Kumbaga parang Harrison Plaza siya yan.
Yeah.
So ayun, so we're bringing them these events, no. Malapit na sa kanila para at least hindi na sila lalayo pa. At the same time, madali na silang makaka-attend dun sa mga katulad ng mga tournaments, no, that we are hosting. And hopefully gaya nga ng hopefully talaga mag-pick up to and mas lumaki pa siya, no. Actually, we have a lot of concepts already on the table, listed on the tables. So if this will pick up and with the support of the community, I think talagang mas magbo-boom siya. And yun.
May nagsabi nga dito eh, he's actually overseas. Nag-mention si Polyman TV, nagulat siya kasi there's a Yu-Gi-Oh event. I think that was
Hanggang doon
Tsaka ang maganda dun sa Santa Lucia, talagang tambayan ng lahat ng taga Rizal yan. Kahit noon nalalagi ako sa dati, talagang Santa Lucia yung pupuntahan mo. Kahit may SM na malapit, talagang Santa Lucia yung tambayan. Ang dami estudyante dyan. Yun yung nakakatuwa.
Yeah. Actually,
so I'm very excited for the October Fair kasi I know the place sobrang busy and traffic pa pagka nagkotse ka dyan. Pero sa weekend hindi naman gaan. And madali na kasi may LRT na. But yeah, katulad ng tanong ni Mike, I think the difference maker of this event is that it went back to the roots of the community. It targeted the community. Yung sabi nga namin dito yung parang kahit na gamit na, for the community, by the community. That's what makes a really good event. And kasi just imagine this, no? Napuno nila Jumel yung tables. How many tables are there? Just the staff and the families of the participants, ang dami na agad tao. And the best thing about exhibitors, by experience ever since, sila din namimili. Hindi lang sila nagtitinda.
Exactly.
Kahit ako whenever I do swap meet, I have my own booth. May booth kami ni Jumel. Pero trust me, mas madami pa yun nabibili ko kasi sa nabibenta ko.
Speaking of which, may mga nabilan na ako sa kanila. and also ito just to singit ko lang, yung mga giveaways namin na ibibigay dito dun sa 20 pesos entrance was taken from the sellers mismo. So ang ginawa ng October Fair was sige, let's help out the exhibitors. So how do we help them out? By first buying from them. Buying from them, papa-giveaway namin para sa attendees and communities.
Diba?
Although selected lang, syempre hindi naman namin pwedeng bilan lahat, no? Selected lang. So to be fair sa mga exhibitors namin, we did a wheel of names. Kung makikita nyo sa page namin, we did it live para fair naman sa lahat. So these sellers will be buying from them para makuha namin yung mga raffle prizes that we will be giving away sa mga attendees. So it's all
kasama naman ata G3 dyan, no, sa raffle. Kasama
why not?
Okay. Ayan. Walang magrereklamo pag nabunot yung pangalan number ko bukas.
Dapat na di kasama yung host
Oh, nga.
Sabi naman, hindi sa asawa ko.
May,
Yun.
may I remind you na your face is right here?
Okay. Guys, proud na proud po kaming ina-announce. Host po si Jess ng October Fair. Ayo,
Yes,
poging-pogi.
yes. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Sir Gus.
Actually, thank you din so much kasi I think I'm pretty much happy na nakuha ulit ako for a hosting gig after being rejected twice on a previous event. Ayan, like in 2 hosting gigs in 1 event, I got rejected twice. So, sobrang malaking pasalamat ko sa ECT collectors na community na binigyan ako ng chance na mag-host nito event nila. Ayan.
Yes.
Pero eto, I would like to ask Tech Palitz and Sir Jumel, what do we expect? What can we expect from October? Ayan. So gawin na natin itong advertisement or this is basically your plug-in for this episode. What do we expect from October?
Yeah, all right. So I'm inviting everyone, not only in East Manila, kundi kung saan man kayo, accessible naman siya sa LRT line 2, no? So what do we expect? We have first our activities, no? Pinoy cosplay competitions. We have happening on Sunday only, by the way. We have our Pinoy Retro Gamers who will be doing two games, no? Yung una is I think MVC, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and then the next is Tekken Tag 1 tournament. So that's happening on either of which, no? Tapos we will have the TCG tournaments, although fully booked na sila kasi pre-registered na yung mga players. But then you can stay and watch them, no, sa tournament. And then we will be having awarding at the end of the day, no, do sa mga tournaments that we are having. Plus, we have on Sunday, together with the cosplayers, the Animus Band, yung kanina pinapakita nyo, Reanimus Band. No, they will be playing a lot from the anime and even from request ng mga organizers, 80s na mga cartoon hits na mga soundtrack. They will be playing also, no. Hindi lang namin alam kasi sabi nila surprise daw, no. So we'll be expecting from them to on Sunday na i-play ito. Tapos we also have Sir Berlin from the creator of Combatron, no? So you'll be there together with Toys Act. They will be giving away. They will be having the signing kung sino man ang kukuha ng Combatron action figure. Berlin will be signing there, no? Plus ano pa ba? We have Tito Nami, no? So sabi namin, let's have a fun game with Tito Nami, no? So what they're gonna do is on Saturday and on Sunday, Tito Nami will be arriving there na hindi nyo mapapansin na siya yun, no? Why? The reason is you need to find him. Once you find him, take a selfie, post it online, and then you'll get a prize from Tito Nami.
Yeah.
Ano ba ito? Nakamaskara ba siya? O
the first two, So hindi natin mamamalayan, nandun na pala si Tito Nami, no? And then by the way, no, besides that, on Saturday we will be having toy talk panels, no? From the designer community, from the statues community, and even from the action figure community and the arts, no? So we will have this in-betweens na mga little sessions lang naman, no? On what's the trend now, what's the update, ano ba nangyayari ngayon sa community ng designer toys, so ano yung latest, yung mga ganong bagay, no, sa Toy Talk panel. So there's a lot happening in Saturday and Sunday. Kaya get ready rin also yung wallets ninyo. Actually, ito sa mga reminder nga namin sa exhibitor namin, please prepare change kasi wala kaming change during that time. Mag-prepare na kayo.
Pwede naman GCash, di ba? Pwede naman
GCash, pwede rin GCash.
Pag GCash, walang change.
Kasi isa sa problem namin nila sa Sandbox Swap Meet
Lagi kami hinihingan ng barya.
Yan. Well, yun din ang tanong din dito. No? Although si B, who is in the US, sabi nga niya dito, I'm going to TwitchCon tomorrow. She was asking for an advice. Tapos yun nga, ang sabi nga nila dito is prepare some cash. I had to put that.
Exactly, yeah.
Always cash. Cash is king kasi sa mga events. Sa ngayon kasi, unlike sa Pinas, no, na may GCash. Dito kasi wala kaming GCash. So, bank transfer minsan matagal. So, waiting pa kami sa ganun. But, sa Sandbox Swap Meet, magkakaroon na kami, guys. Abangan ninyo. May payment sponsor na po lahat ng booth and exhibitors. So, kahit wala kayong trade license, pwede na kayong magtinda and you can get online payments na din. on the spot. So, partnered na po kami. And yung sa tanong ni Jess, again, October Fair, ano nga abangan? Like what Jumel said, but the extra thing is, G3 will be there and we will be
Yeah.
covering the event, guys. Nandun po ang G3, aside from Jess hosting, Mike, Chino, Trix, and Rene will be there to cover the event. So, pwede kayo ma-interview, approach nyo lang sila, kulitin nyo lang, bigyan nyo lang ng laruan para ma-interview kayo. Para mas madali. Pero, again, katulad na lang ng Legendary Beast Customs, nandun, sobrang lupit ng mga toys niyan. Si Berlin, of course, ang mahal na mahal natin si Berlin Manalaysay. And maraming mga toy sellers ng mga tropa din talaga. So, make sure na pumunta kayo kasi it will be one of those events na most likely will happen again and you want to be a part of the first time. Ayan, ang dami din nila activations. For a small event na nag-uumpisa pa lang, like October Fair, nakaka-umpisa pa lang nila having the cosplay, the video games, the TCG. This is what you can expect na talagang they're prepared and ready to at least give service to the community.
By the way, singit ko lang, no? With regards to Berlin, Berlin will be there tomorrow, Saturday, from 4 p.m. And then Sunday,
Yes.
the whole day. Yan. Just in case sa mga nanonood. Yan.
Yun. Pero again, let's wrap this thing up. So, thank you so much, Sir Jumel, for giving us the time and of course the knowledge, sharing your past, sharing your experiences, and sharing your track record when it comes to the community, when it comes to collecting toys. We would really want to have you like on the events in the near future. Sana makita ka namin sa mga
Next year.
Next year, ma-interview ka namin personally. And probably pag sa mga next iterations ng October, no, baka sa SMX na tayo, tapos may booth doon, tapos magpa-podcast tayo live doon mismo sa sa
Why not?
venue, di ba? We've done it before, we can do it again, di ba? Tama naman yung sabi ni Mike, di ba? Why not? Ayan. So, once again, ayun, Mike.
Sorry. I believe Trickster may have a question.
Oh yeah, sure.
Sige, may time pa naman.
May time pa tayo.
Go for it, Trix.
Trickster, you're muted. Trix, you're muted.
Minute
Sorry,
ni Mike.
something. Aside from the whole East Manila, the location being in the East Manila, is there a possibility that in future events, should you have them, would put them in other locations as well, or is it primarily East Manila?
Actually, since we have the name East Manila Convention, so we're still trying to figure out kung saan talaga yung mga locations within the East Manila. So, isa sa naiisip namin na medyo lalayo siya is somewhere Libis, pero at the same time, medyo malapit, no? So, yan na yun.
Para within
Pero
the venue
yun
pa
yan. Pero in terms of October Fair, it hindi naman siya wala naman siyang east na sinabi doon, pero we can move somewhere, no? Yun yung future plans namin. And we have other plans din na mas malaki pa, no? So hopefully pick up from here.
Any chance you can move further south? Kasi si Trickster is based in Laguna.
Pwede kasi actually we are four organizers here na toy collector din and hobbyist. Yung isang organizer namin is from Cavite. So we're looking into it as well.
Yeah. Para makapunta din si Trickster kasi si Trickster minsan lang din kasi nakakasama sa events, di ba? And kasi I know Trickster would love like the retro gaming area. He would like kick everyone's diba?
Siyang panalo doon, automatic.
Yan yung champion. Yan si Trickster namin yung aming resident champion. Ayan. So
They exaggerate, but
no, we don't exaggerate. Like I think you're the legit champion. Outside
Accurate.
outside Chino claiming to be the champion, I think ikaw yung
I'm still waiting for that run back, Chino. I know you're watching.
Pull up.
and
Yeah.
all right, so
Yan.
that has been a really fun episode. Again, next year sana magkita tayo, sana podcast tayo mismo sa event, no? Mag-scale up din si October, SMX, World
Yeah.
Trade Center, no? Yeah,
Why not?
para
Pwede
no,
yun.
para we are nandun na tayo Toycon, October Fair, di ba? Kumbaga magiging premier events na rin tayo when it comes to when it comes to like toy collection. Ayan. So, final words.
So, good you mentioned,
Okay.
no? Actually, we're not competing, pero we're just trying to have fun and meet with the community. So, yun talaga yung goal natin.
Walang competition sa events, guys. The reason why October Fair is happening, Sandbox Swap Meet is happening is because of community service. As much as possible, we want to collaborate with the bigger events. That is something
exactly.
that we look forward to. If Toycon is interested, to collaborate, or MEFCC is interested, we are always open because, again, we always say this kahit na kanino. We're not an event per se, but we're more of a community. We're not just an event. We're actually a community. That's the main idea.
However, the competition is for the sellers, though. For the buyers, though, it's up to them to buy what they want before someone else buys it.
Yeah.
Other than that, fists flying is out of the. It's not our fault. We are legal.
Agahan, lagi namin sinasabi pagka sa mga ganyan conventions, talagang agahan ninyo. Kasi even before the event starts, pagka nagsiset up pa lang, yung ibang sellers nag-iikot na yan. Ginagawa namin yan. I mean, wala pang nakaset up, nagtatanong na kami, anong item mo dyan? Organizer pa ako nun, ha?
Hindi pa nag-open ng event. Ayan. So tips from Palits, from a veteran.
Di kasalanan na seller ko pag may nag-awayan gawa ng oo.
May security naman tayo bukas.
Meron. We have security. We have the security roaming around.
Ayan. So, Sir Jumel, again, once again, thank you so much. Any last words before we end this episode, Sir Jumel?
Last word, see you guys there tomorrow at Sunday. So I hope you guys will have fun, no? And if you need to reach out to us, just nandun lang yung mga admins and organizers. Please do. We want to talk to you. We want to mingle with you. So yeah. See you guys October 1st. Yeah.
Ayan. So again, let's ask the panel any last plugins, any last shout-outs. Simulan natin kay Palits.
Ayun guys, support natin October Fair sa Santa Lucia East tomorrow and Sunday. Sa lahat ng community members, please go there. And of course, abangan nyo ulit pagbabalik ng GTFO. Medyo busy lang, babalik ako. And thank you sa lahat na nanood ng G3 Podcast this week. See you again next Friday for another awesome episode with the gang.
Ayan. Trickster, how about you?
Well, unfortunately, since my body is still fucking aching, I won't be able to come tomorrow to the Oktoberfest. However, to make up for that, I will be streaming tomorrow the Tekken 8 CBT. Details will be shown, will be up tomorrow. God willing, the network is stable enough to be able to stream it.
All right, how about you, Mike?
Sa akin naman, no, thank you sa mga nandito sa page namin. It's been a very amazing episode again with Lee and Jumel. Thank you din sa mga sumusupport sa nagtiwala sa G3, no, for the entire 2023, bringing us to the events. Mention ko na lang na mabilisan, Comic Quest, Toy Sack, Sir Louis Tan, si Freddy Tan, Ranida Games, Ron Villaver, Razor Gold, Chairman Erwin Esteban, Garayath Concepts, Richard Bruhan, and of course, the one and only, the birthday boy, Jack Ruby. Yeah. Also, my socials. Check it all. All of them go by one handle is at Captain Mike PH.
Yeah, and of course for yours truly, again, I will be hosting this weekend's October Fair. Sa mga nasa Isla, may mga tropa ako na nandyan din. See you. All the viewers, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, let's have a fun-filled weekend kahit saan mang kayong events this weekend. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys deliver the essence of pop culture, yun nga, di ba? I think nasabi na ni Sir Jumel, sabi ni Bitoy, di ba? Pwede tayo maging pusong bata. Ayan. Wag lang maging isang bata. Ayan. Alright guys, thank you so much. See you next week. Bye-bye.
It's
Hell, you couldn't watch too. Ripped off some ears.
random question lang to para kay Sir Jumel. Kung si Lee kaya maglabas kagad ng pera na like less than mga siguro hindi naman lalagpas ng 100K, are you the same thing?
Baka nanonood.
Labas mo yung Optimus Prime mo dyan na flagship.
I cannot say, no?
Meron tayong sagot din, Jumel. I plead the fifth. Hindi po pwedeng magsabi ng numero. Tayo na talaga na ito ni Mike eh. Walang ganon. Wala akong nilalabas sa 100,000 para sa laruan.
Dahil dyan, you know the drill, people. It's next week for the G3 podcast. New episodes happening every Friday. See you soon.